Hey everybody, it's Lynn from A Bit of Birdsong, and I have the most recent version of the Fun-Pax, and I thought that I would make a journal with mine. I'm really excited about this. I'm gonna need a new journal soon, just a big, junky, trashy journal. The first thing I'm gonna do is take this folder, and something that I like to do if I know the journal's going to get really junky and full, and we're going to make a one signature junk journal. It may end up being a complete gator mouth, but that's okay. It's just what I'm going for this time. You know how the file folders have, it's not folded at just one line. There are two additional scores where you can make the folder a bit wider to accommodate more pages to be filed in it. Sometimes I go ahead and use that entire thing as the spine. So I have folded out here and then over here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it down, but I'm trying to figure out, I think I'm going to make this about 9 inches tall and about 6 inches wide. So when I take it to the paper cutter, well, I guess we could go ahead and score that one in the middle. I was going to say since it's not scored right in the center, you can measure 6 inches from this score and then 6 from this one on your paper cutter. But if we go ahead and fold it in half, you just have to realize you're going to end up with more than 6 inches because you've got that little bit there. But let me go cut this down and I'll be right back. Okay, I did go ahead and just cut it 6 inches from here. Am I thinking right? I guess you would need to make it 6. Oh, so we would have needed to add more. So that's fine. I'm glad I did that. I think I'm thinking straight about that. I brought the offcuts from the file folder so that we can use those. And we're going to have a lot of paper for pages. We're going to have a lot of magazine images that we can either use to make image transfers or use to cut out and glue in our books. So this is going to be my journal cover. And the first thing that I'm going to do is cut 2 pieces of this fabric to go around the file folder. Sometimes I tear it. I don't know. Yeah, this is a really nice fabric. I think it's linen and it's not going to tear as easy as a lightweight cotton. So we're not going to push that. Just I'm going to try to keep it straight here. And then let's go on this side. Cut a piece for there, and then maybe we can just use this piece of fabric so that they'll be the same size. I do like for them to be the same size. All right, we have that. And now let's look at, I think I do want some of this on the cover, and I really do love this. Oh my gosh, look at that. It's not quite tall enough. And I love just a big, chunky journal. So I'm okay if this cover gets pretty thick, and I love ragged edges like that. So I'm going to measure this to be just about the same. These scissors are getting dull. Just about the same size, maybe a little bit smaller so that we can see that fabric sticking out. And it's okay with me if it unravels a little bit. Let's go ahead and cut up this way a little bit. because it's hanging over the white fabric or the off-white fabric, which would be fine, but I don't want it hanging off too far. Am I getting lint in my coffee? And then let's look at being able to use some of this. That might work. If we took a piece of this. I know I want to use some of this on the cover. I think I cut it too long. That's okay. That could go in like a tassel or something. And then we have this. So we could piece it together. That would be fun. And why don't we... Let me take this and lay that right in the center. You do want to get it centered up if you can, because when it's done and it folds, the front and the back can end up looking like they're off a little bit because your line will be straight, and if the fabric's hanging down this way or up this way, but it's still not the end of the world. I have made journals like that, and by the time you fill them up, it's not a big problem. I like this. I think I might like that at the top. I think I've just been laying my large paper clips down all over the place. Oh, I see a stack of them. So let's put that there. And that right there. We will have to put a stitch along here. I'm going to use my sewing machine. If you don't sew, you could glue all this down. That's one of the reasons I love tacky glue, is that it works. It has always worked well for me, for fabric and for paper. So this is going to make a nice heavy journal. It's probably going to end up being a gator mouth. We could also make 2 signatures though. I mean, we could make 3 if we wanted to. And if they stick out from the pages a little bit, I'm okay with that too. Well, we're going to sew around that. Let's look how many pages we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I wonder, I should probably cut this. I do want to use this paper to make some pages. It's so pretty, so let's include that. There's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. These offcuts are going to make great pockets. There's 13. 14. I know this paper, there's 15, is so much thinner than everything else, but I love this. I want this as a page. And that's, in my opinion, this is what masking tape is for. If we need to tape parts of this that tear, that's what we'll do. And we could also use, I mean, we could use some of the magazine pages if we wanted to. But we could, I don't really want these to be sideways. I guess they could be. But what I like to do is, let's see, just tape them together. And let's figure out that might be good. Move it over a little bit. And of course my tape was hiding. I like that you can kind of see through masking tape as well. Uh-oh. Sorry, I bent that one up really bad. It's okay. I'm not going to worry about it because it doesn't bother me. So let's fold that, and we could cut some off the bottom and the top to take a little bit off the page. And then, oh, that's going to be okay. Now the question is, do we want to make just one signature? That's going to drive me crazy. Let's see what it looks like with one signature. They're just so easy to make. One signature journals are so easy to make. They're so much fun to work in. It's not going to bother me to have just one signature. And I'm really not paying a whole lot of attention to how we're putting these pages in. This is cool. This is one that I had, I think I had done a jelly print on that. I kind of like that in the front. And maybe we'll put one of these sheets that has more white in it. Oh, how lucky. Under here. Put that. And then we have this really fun wrapping paper. And this. We can put this in the middle. That's pretty. I love that. And then one more piece of the wrapping paper. And why don't we put... Let's try to find a place there where it's not right next to another piece of wrapping paper or scrapbook paper. This is not bad. I think we're just going to do one signature, and we are going to let these pages hang out. The only thing I'm going to trim is this wrapping paper that's hanging out so far. I don't want that wrapping paper hanging out that far. And we could tear it too. We may end up tearing some pages like when we did the journal with all the torn pages. That's going to be fun. So there we've got our one signature ready to go. And as far as this, like the cover, that word almost wouldn't come out. That's pretty. Oh, we've still got this polka dot too. That might be fun. Is it long enough to do pockets on the inside? If we cut it, it is, and we can just overlap it. I just really love things that are a little bit ragged. It just doesn't bother me at all. And I think if you're making a junk journal, that's just part of the, it's just part of the vibe, I guess. So that can be a pocket. Oh, that's so pretty. I think I might want to sew some fabric on the inside of the cover. So let me take that over with me. And oh my goodness, I love this. I mean, I'm okay with having just a patchwork of fabric in here. And then that might mean with the pocket, let's see. I don't want to lose a bunch of that fabric just sitting behind a pocket. So if we put this there and bring this over here, and I don't have to use all of this fabric, but I do want a lot of fabric on it. Oh, and then this is so pretty with the flowers. So that can be the inside, and then going back to the outside, I have plans for this. I definitely have plans for this. That's pretty on the front though. This fabric is going to be a big part of the theme. So I think we're going to put this on the front. Ooh, I like that too. Let's do that. And we may end up using this. That is pretty though. So let me cut right through here. That way we don't lose any flowers. And I just want a strip of that right there. I'm going to take this to the sewing machine, and the way I will do it is, let me pull this off. And then that's going to go on the outside cover. And then for this, I'm probably, not even probably, I'm sure what I'm going to do is sew this pocket together. I'm going to go all around it to make sure all the fabric is sticking to the polka dot fabric. Is stitched to the polka dot fabric, not sticking. So that'll be our pocket, and I'm going to sew, the first thing I'll do is probably go all the way around the journal and make sure that all these layers are connected, and then I'm going to sort of patchwork, just go around with the sewing machine and add all this other stuff. So let me go do this, and I will be right back. Let me try to clean the desk up as we're moving along. Oh, we still have this fun piece to use. I could have put that on the front, but we can still add it. I just love these coarse fabrics with so much texture. I love the way the cover turned out. There's strings everywhere. I'm going to leave them for now. This is going to be the pocket in the front and the back. And I just think it's really pretty. I did end up going with a larger piece of this, and I just stamped Birdsong right onto that fabric. I really like how everything works together, even though you might not go out and pick this, but it just works. And then this is going to be our one signature. I've been wanting to make a journal for mark making and different types of lettering. I have some things around the workshop that I need to get all in one place. That includes some booklets showing different fonts, different font types, and how to make those different letters. And I think mark making is just, sometimes I think it's an art unto itself, because there's no rule, and I think it always ends up looking great, but there's also a magic to it sometimes to really get a desired effect on a page with marks. And since I have all those new markers and those Stabilo, the Woody, 3-in-1, I am so glad that y'all told me about what that's supposed to do. I had never tried one, so now I want to buy some. Anyway, let's go ahead and put this signature in, and I'm just going to do just a really easy, I'm going to punch right in the center, 3-hole pamphlet stitch. And I guess we need some cord. But what color? The yellow's pretty. kind of like the yellow. Yeah, let's go with the yellow. That's my favorite for this one. I mean, I think any of them would be fine. One, two, three. I do about 3 lengths, and then I get my really large needle out, and I love for the strings to be on the outside, so we will come in from the outside to start with. Let me get this bigger needle. How can they disappear that fast? That's the only thing about that needle. It's so big, it's hard to pull it through. And I have these huge pliers, my smaller ones for my journals and jewelry making. They're inside right now. Jason has been working on some appliances. And what was he doing that he needed? He needed a pair that had the wire cutters. And I came out and got mine, but then by the time I got inside, he found some. So they're still laying in the house. And then I'm going to punch down there, kind of low down on the page, and just come through here. I'm going to put the awl back through. Oh my goodness, hello. I don't want to pull the strings all the way out. Good grief, what is in the way here? Sometimes I like to go back through with the awl just to make sure it's going to go back through easily, and it seems like it kind of helps. To get the needle through. What in the world have I done? Oh, I think I pulled. No, I didn't. That's fine. All right, I want to make sure that I've pulled these strings tight enough. I get really annoyed with myself if I don't do that, and then I end up having to rebind it, restitch it, and that looks really good. So let's come up here and tie it one time and hold it. I like to pull it tight. You don't want to pull it so tight that it rips pages or the thread breaks, but I definitely want it snug. And then once I make it, like if there's strings, I like some strings, but then if there's starting to be too many, you can just start cutting. And if you have a place like here where the fabric's rolled up a little bit, I might put glue under there and just lay it down flat. It's hard sometimes to stitch all the way out to the edge. I don't worry too much about things like that. And then I'm going to put a tiny drop of glue. Go ahead and grab that fabric while I'm there. And tie it one more time so that it holds nicely. So there is our journal that I'm going to use for mark making and lettering. I think this is going to be really fun. And I'm okay with the unraveling. I know it bothers some people, so you know, you can do it however it makes you feel comfortable as far as the edges of the fabric, whether it's a zigzag stitch or using glue or fabric glue, or some people use pinking shears on the edges. Okay, so let me stop for right now, and I will be back. I don't know, maybe this should be just the first part. We're gonna have here it is, the beads and the little tag. And then, so let me show you this. See, my book corners are really small, and I'm not going to use mine in this project. I will use them on a book. I just wanted to include a pack for everybody in case you haven't tried these before. They're really fun to use on actual book covers. If you buy a vintage book and you want to turn it into a junk journal, these are fun to use on the corners for something like that. And this is the set. It's the least decorative set, probably. I kept this for myself. And anyway, I just wanted to show you that they're all different sizes. That's where we are for now. We will definitely do a lot more on this journal. And maybe I can find some of those items that I want to put together with this, the mark making and everything. So I will be back really soon, and bye for now.